Hello. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed our trip and all of our crazy wild adventures, like stopping with the smoke and being stuck outside the road, all those unplanned things, the maintenance madness when we had to borrow that car and go to Fairbanks, the unexpected heat that we had to be in. This year we had quite a few plans to try to, adding little structures around the property, but it was just so hot that you couldn't do nothing there, which seems ridiculous because, it was like 80 degrees, but it was very humid there. I hope that next year's adventures are just the same and we get to go again, and maybe we'll plan to go a little bit later in the year, maybe September, August, so it's not hot, because the first 2 years was not hot, and the last 2 years and then this year have been extremely warm. I'll give you a little timeline. My dad bought the property back in 1998. He traded a dump truck for it to one of his friends. And since 98 to 2021, he had never seen it. He never saw it when he bought it. He didn't know nothing but where it was and that he owns it. So when we decided to go ahead and go, it was 2021. We're sitting in our little bar down by the ocean, and we were like, hey, let's go see this property this year. So we decided to book some plane tickets because they're pretty cheap and fly to Alaska. We rented a car, so me, my sister, and my dad, and we stayed for 7 days. I think that we went August 9th through the 15th for about a week, and then we flew back home. And we didn't really do much there. We just found our camp spot, which that one area where you see it was already pretty much cleared out, and that's where we've been camping ever since. So after that, 2022 came around, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna go back to Alaska. It's gonna be a thing now. So in 2022, we flew there again, and then Billy decided to fly with us then, and rented a truck, and again, that year we didn't really do a whole lot. It wasn't terribly warm out. It was kind of rainy, but we camped for, I think, about a week, and then we flew back home. So then 2023 came along, and it was time to book our tickets. The tickets went up significantly from what they were before. They were so cheap the first year. I think it was like $150 a person round trip, and they went all the way up to like $500 a person. So we decided, hey, we're gonna drive. We're gonna drive the Alcan, and it's going to be quite the adventure. So in 2023, we were like, well, the gas price versus flying on the plane, it would be, the same, which obviously that's not true, but it's cool. I'm excited that we were going on the Alcan. So we packed up and left and went to Alaska. That trip wasn't quite as long as this trip, but it was still quite long compared to our 7 days only in the town and in the property. So we went there in 2023, and we decided to start building that structure. So that structure you see in Camp Benitez, we built the covered area for it, and we cut all those trees down. We had to clear all the roots out from underneath of it, and we built that up. And then in 2024 we came and drove again, and we built a little lean-to on it, because when we got there in 2024, the structures, parts of it had fallen down, not fallen, but broke off, where we had like little stabilizers for it, and the tarp blew off. So we put a big thick tarp and put 1x2s on it, and that's what it is now, and it stayed. And we were so happy to see it this year that it was going to be standing still, because over the winter they had some crazy winds. So that kind of just gives you a little backstory on it. And then of course 2025, and here we are. So now we have an address. The people that check the address and put the little sign up, they sent us a picture of it. So now our property is no longer quarter of an east this way or that way, so just a weird description of your property. So that is pretty cool. So I just want to say thank you for watching and following along, and now you have a little backstory, and I hope that it's not super confusing, but yeah. And then I kind of wanted to show you where my journaling went to this. Now it's a digital journal for everybody to see, but back in the day I did have my journal. This is 2021 and 2022, and I make all the covers for them, and I filled out all the details inside of them. Let's see, this one's 2023. This is the first year we drove the Alcan. And then 2024. Every single time I go on a long trip, I always want to try to journal it so I know what's going on, gas prices and everything. I hope that next year I can try to do a little bit more of a timeline, so it's not just like, oh hey, we're doing this and then we're doing that and then we're doing this and we don't know what time of the day it is, other than when we're trying to tell you, oh look at how light it is outside. Another thing with this year was my first year editing. I've never edited videos, I've never used a GoPro, I've none of that. So I really wanted to share it all with you, and I'm really glad that I was able to, because when I left on this trip I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. And so that's why some of those videos that you see where my voice doesn't quite match up with what you see on the TV, that's because I didn't know that you had to have full 100% service to upload your videos. And I guess that is very important, and when I don't have perfect service in the woods, I will have to wait a couple days before I can get it, or get one of those fancy Starlinks. But now I know that, I will make sure I have plenty of service so it doesn't skip, or whatever you want to call it on there. Another thing is microphones. I really want to get all one of those little microphones to clip on our shirts, so that way I can always pick up what everybody is saying, not just who is sitting right in front of us or right in front of the camera. My dad especially cannot hear him, and he says lots of funny things, and I try to turn it up on the video so you can hear him, try to capture all the moments and all that. So I think microphones would be a very useful thing. I think they have for the GoPro a wind blocker, so it's not so windy when, you know, because a lot of time there's wind, so also you can't hear us. But yeah, I tried my very best, and I think they turned out okay. I think we got it on there. But those were just a couple things for next year. If you continue to watch my channel, I will still be posting lots of different adventures. I do a lot of camping in Gifford Pinchot and around Washington State, down to Oregon, all kinds of adventures I'm going to go on. I do have a Suburban, and I've turned it into a camping conversion, and I will show you guys that on another episode, and that's mostly what I'll be camping. If there's anything that you would like to see that I do or camp, then just comment below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're already watching. And I know that some are watching and not subscribed, and I really hope that you subscribe to my channel so that way it can help grow my YouTube, and just like and enjoy my adventures, because you know what, you only live once, so you gotta go on these crazy adventures and enjoy life. So thank you again.
Days like these are worth more than gold, but they can't be bought and they can't be sold. On days like these, when the sun shines bright, feel like it's all gonna be alright. When the sky is blue and the grass is green, how much better can it be? If I got you and you got me, we got everything we need. Even if it grew on trees, money came by days like these. They don't come